my name is Siddesh Nagarasheth. I am from Annavara. So last class we discussed about a topic from 9th standard, that is circles. In circles we already discussed about what are the terminologies of circles and some of the theorems based on circles. So let us move on to the next theorem, that is 10.6. So here 10.5 is there, but it's removed from the syllabus, that is in the 2020 only. So the CBSE is removed that syllabus, that is 10.5 theorem. Here we have to move on to the next theorem, that is theorem 10.6. Theorem 10.6. Yes. The theorem 10.6 tells us that equal chords of a circles are at equidistant from the center. That is, whatever the chords we can write here. So whatever the number of the chords you can write. But remember, all must be equal. All the chords are having equal length. So that one chord we have to write here. So those two chords are equal, means which are at an equidistant from the center. And when we have congruent circles, that means, so here we have a congruent circle, means the circles are having equal radius. Those two circles are having equal radius, means there we have to write equal chords. Here also one chord I will write the same length, the chord I will write here I will write one chord, another chord I will write here, and the same length of this chord. So in this case also those two chords are having a equidistant from the centers. So that one we have, it's a theorem 10.6. So let us take the statement of theorem 10.6. After that we have to draw the chords of equal length, and we have to prove that those two are having equidistant from the centers. So the theorem 10.6 states that equal chords of a circle in bracket we have to write all congruent circle. Here I have said all congruent circles are equidistant from the center. Equidistant from the center. In case of circle, in case of single circle, so we can express it as center. But when we have a congruent circle, so we have to take all centers. Okay, so here there are two statements are there. So one is based on single circle, another one is based on congruent circles. So when we have a single circle, we can take equal chords of a circle are equidistant from the center. And when we have congruent circles, so those are having equal radius, then we have to take equal chords of a congruent circles are equidistant from the centers. So likewise we have to understand the statement correctly. So there are two statements together, and one is related with the circle, only one circle, one is related with the congruent circle. So let us take the diagram. So here there is no any group, so from the diagram only we can take here. Yes. So here I will take the equidistant, means here up to 35. Here I will take up to 35. So based on this, you can take any measurement, no problem. You can take any measurement here. So here also I will take the same length, that is here this one. Yes, those two are the chords having equal length. So which are at a equidistant from the center. That means here we have to draw a perpendicular line. So here we have this distance, and here we have distance. These two lengths are same, but looking like it's different. But here I think it's a center. It's located somewhere else here. So there is no any. So there is some differences here when we are taking the center here. Okay. So these two are having having the same length. That is, it's equidistant from the center. So when we take the bifurcation here, so here those two chords are equidistant from the center. Yes. So then we have to take in the congruent circle. So here the radius of the circle is same for those two circles. Yes. So let us take the same length here. Here I will take same length, or I will take the small one here. Yes. So up to 25 here I will take, and then here also the same. Here I will take the same length of chord here. So then we have to draw a perpendicular line here. Then here also I will write the perpendicular line. And these two lengths are one and the same. So let's name here O M N. So here I will take AB and CD, and here I will take OM, and here I will take AB, and here I will take N, and here it is CD. That means OM. So OM is equal to ON. So here we can take OM is equal to ON. So in this case, so OM is equal to ON. So here in this case also OM is equal to ON. But this distance is not same. But here in case of this congruent circle and in this case of those two congruent circle, so when we take the chord of same length, so these distances are one and the same. And here we took two chords in one circle, so there we drawn the perpendicular length from the center here. So those two lengths are one and the same. So this is the thing we have in the theorem 10.6, that is, equal chords of a circle or a congruent circle are equidistant from the center or centers. So this is the thing we have in the theorem 10.6. So let us move on to the next theorem, that is theorem 10.7, which is exactly the converse of this theorem 10.6. That means here already we know that we have to draw equal chords, but in that we have to take first perpendicular distance. So here firstly we have to take the perpendicular distance, after that we have to join the chords. So let us take theorem 10.7. Let us take theorem 10.7. So theorem 10.7 is exactly the converse of theorem 10.6. There we are using the chords first, that is equal chords first, then we have to prove that the perpendicular distance are equal. Here we have to take the chords equidistant from the center of the circle. We are not taking its equal chords, but here we have to take the chords equidistant from the center of circle are equal in length. So that chords are equal. That means initially we have to take the perpendicular distance. After that we have to draw the chords passing through that point, that end point, which is perpendicular to the line passing through the center of the circle and the midpoint of the chord. Then we have to measure those lengths of chord. Those two are equal. We have to prove that. Yes. So let us take the statement of this theorem 10.7. That is, chords equidistant from the center of a circle are equal in length. That is, chords equidistant from the center of a circle are equal in length. Yes, that means here we have to take the perpendicular length which is equal in length. So we have to take the perpendicular distance first. Here there are two diagrams I just wrote here, because here I will write, it's a procedure, the first part and the second part. So firstly we have to write the perpendicular distance. Firstly, we have to write the perpendicular distance. Both are the same length. So I will take that one. So firstly, I will take here 10 centimeter. I will take here, and here also I will take 10 centimeter. In any direction you can take, no problem. So you have to take the 10 centimeter. So here, whatever the length you can take. Okay, so there is not stick with my length, that is it's only the option that is 10 centimeter, that is O. And here also I will write the same. Those two are having these two circles are having the same radius. So here I will take the same length 10 centimeter, and here also I will take the same length, that is 10 centimeter. Yes. Then passing through these endpoints, we have to draw a chord. That is, here you have to draw a chord. Here you have to draw a chord. But remember, so it must be perpendicular. Here. So here I will draw that one. So this is the first procedure. First you have to draw like this. So here whatever the thing OM we have, so OM we have means, so here OM must be equal to OM. Then here you have to write the chord. So that is must be perpendicular. Here must be, you have to draw perpendicular. So here, yes, here I will take, and here, so this one, here also I will take another chord here. Yes. I will take M, here it is N, and here it is AB, and here it is CD. So when you measure the length of those things, here just observe, let us whether it is, yes, here 38. Here we have to observe what is the length of that one. So here, yes, it's also 38. So we have those two lengths are equal. Some measurement problem is there, so whatever will be. So when we take the exact length of that one, when we take the exact perpendicular, here just observe. Here we also you have to take the perpendicular. Here also you have to take the perpendicular. So when we take the such like that one, so it must be those two are equal. That is, that AB is equal to CD we have. So we have the same things here. So that means when we have a chords which are equidistant from the center, here OM is equal to which is equidistant. So after that what we have to draw a chord here. So those chords must be equal in length. So that one we have to prove here. So that means with the diagram only we can easily find out what is the length of the chord. So using instruments we can draw such things. So I hope you understood these things, that is theorem 10.6 and theorem 10.7. Based on that we have some of the problems. So let us move on to some problems. Yes, let us take the first problem of this video here. So the first problem is, if two intersecting chords of a circle make equal angles with the diameter, passing through their point of intersection, prove that the chords are equal. That means here we have a circle and two chords are there. Those two chords are, we don't know whether it may be equal or not, we don't know that one. And here it makes an equal angle with the diameter. When we draw a diameter, the point of intersection splits into two parts, two angles. Those two angles are equal. So we have. Then prove that the chords are equal. We already learned that theorem 10.7, the chords equidistant from the center, we can take it as those two chords are equal. So here for that we have to draw these two perpendiculars. Initially it is not having that perpendicular, after that we have to take that perpendicular distance here. So we have to take that as equidistant. That means we have to prove OM is equal to OM is the child. So here we have two triangles. Just observe these two triangles. One is the OME and another ONE. So in that, what are the equalities we can find here? One is right angle triangle, right angles are there, and one is the pair of equal angles. So the diameter splits into two equal parts here. It is already we learned. That is, here we already it is given. Then here we have one common side, that is OE is equal to OE. So with the help of that one we have RHS congruence rule. We have a RHS congruence rule, or you can take Yes, ASA congruence rule. So from that one, so we can take these two triangles are congruent, then all the corresponding sides and the corresponding angles are equal, then OM is equal to ON. So then we can take AB is equal to CD line. So let us take the proof. So firstly we have to write the given things. So given, what are the given things we have here? So here AB and CD are the chords. AB and CD are the chords of a circle with center O. Chords of a circle with center O. Then we have a diameter PQ. So PQ diameter splits the point of intersection. Point of intersection E and make equal angles. That is angle MEO, or we can take AEP or and PEC, or we can take like that. Angle AEP is equal to angle PEC or CEP. Yes, angle AEP is equal to angle CEP. So after drawing the perpendiculars, we can take MEO is equal to OEN also we have to take using this, because those two are the same angle. AEP is equal to MEO and angle CEP is equal to angle OEN. Those two are same angles. Yes. Then what we have to prove here? To prove that is AB is equal to CD. AB is equal to CD. We have to prove here. Yes. Then, so let us take the construction. We want the construction here. So here already we draw that construction, that is OM is perpendicular to AB and ON is perpendicular to CD. That is construction. That is draw OM perpendicular to AB and ON is perpendicular to CD. We have. Then proof. So let us take the proof of this theorem. So here we have to take the two triangles, that is OME and ONE. So consider triangle OME and triangle ONE. So what are the equalities we can find here? So here just observe this angle, that is MEO is equal to angle NEO. Angle MEO is equal to angle NEO, because angle AEP is equal to angle CEP, because angle AEP is equal to angle MEO and angle CEP is equal to angle NEO. So here we have. Then, so first equality we found. Another equality is right angle. So right angle, that is angle OME is equal to angle ONE. That is angle OME is equal to angle ONE is equal to 90 degree we have. So another one equality. Then these two triangles are having a common side, that is OE. OE is equal to OE. So because it is common side, we have a common side for this. OE is equal to OE. So then here just observe, we have a 90 degree, it is right angle, and right angle means the opposite side of the angle. The side opposite to right angle means it's a hypotenuse. Here also the right angle we have the side opposite to the right angle, we have hypotenuse RH. Yes, but there is no any side here, another side. So here hypotenuse, here we have a angle here. So that's why SA congruence rule. So from ASA congruence rule, because here RHS congruence is not applied because we want another side. There is no any other side here. So that is ASA congruence rule. So we can take triangle OME is congruent to triangle ONE. So therefore we can take OM is equal to ON. That is, therefore OM is equal to ON because of CP. So when OM is equal to ON, then we can take AB is equal to CD. Therefore AB is equal to, this implies AB is equal to CD because theorem 10.7. So after that we can write the statement of this theorem 10.7. It is better here because so when we have theorem 10.7 means it's only the name, but we have to write the statement, that is chords equidistant from the center, chord equidistant from the center are equal. When you wrote these things, so the theorem, the solution it is completed. So this is the proof of this theorem. Here we have to observe those two triangles. So then we have to take what are the equalities we have. Then we have to take the suitable criterion rule, congruence rule. So then we have to take the simplicity. We have the result here. So let us move on to the next problem. Let's take the second problem here. If two equal chords of a circle intersects within the circle, prove that the segment of one chord are equal to segment of other chord. So that means here we have two chords, those two are equal. So firstly we have to write the given things. So given, that is here two equal chords. It is given that two equal chords AB and CD, those two are equal. AB is equal to CD, it is given, and intersects within the circle. That means at a point of intersection E. So those two chords are intersect at a point. Then so we have to prove that one segment, that is the segment of one chord are equal to segment of other chord. That means here we have to take the segment, that means is the point of intersection. The point of intersections, so we have some other measurement, that is, so here AE we have and EC we have and ED we have, EB we have. We have to prove those two are equal. So that means AE is equal to EC we have to prove, another one is the ED is equal to EB we have to prove here. So what is the given thing? AB is equal to C. Yes, so let us take that one. So what we have to prove here? To prove that is AE is equal to EC and ED is equal to EB. ED is equal to EB we have to prove. Yes, so what we have to do first here, so we want some construction, that is, so we have to take a perpendicular distance, that is construction, that is when we have the initial point, so only we have this chord, these two chord and the intersecting point. After that we have to take some construction, that is OM and ON is perpendicular to AB and CD. So here these two angles we can't consider equal. So here OM is perpendicular to AB and ON is perpendicular to CD. So let's draw OM is perpendicular to AB and ON is perpendicular to CD. So we have to take these two construction and yes. So let us take the proof of this problem. Yes. So here just observe. Firstly, we have to know about what is the proof of that one. Here AC is equal to EC and ED is equal to EB. We have to prove. So just observe AE and EC. So here AE and EC are the parts of this complete chord AB and C, and then ED and EB we have to prove. So that is ED is equal to EB we have to prove. And here ED and EB, those two are also the part of this complete chord AB and CD. So that means, so we have to take the relationship between AB and CD. It is useful to us for this proof. So let's take, we know that AB is equal to CD. Yes. So also we have to observe here, that is, it's a part of that one. Which one part are the equal we have? So we have to look at that one. So here just observe, OM and ON are the perpendicular bisectors. OM and ON are the perpendicular bisectors. So that's why here this OM perpendicular bisects this complete AB into two equal parts, and this ON bisects this complete chord into two equal parts. That means AM is equal to MB and CN is equal to ND. We have. So then, along with that one, so we already know that one AB is equal to CD means, so when we have a perpendicular bisector to this AB and CD, so also here AM is also equal to CN. Here this side, these two are this AB and CD are the equal chords. Measure, when we take the measurement, those two are equal. When we have a perpendicular bisector, that means half of this line and half of this line, those two are also equal. So that's why we can take AM is equal to CN. This AM is equal to CN. Why we have taken that one? So you just observe, AE is a part of this AB and EC is the part of this CD. So that's why we have to take like this. AM is equal to CN. Then another part we have to take, MB is equal to ND. MB is equal to ND. So I will take this as equation number 1, this as equation number 2. So these are the perpendicular bisectors. Perpendicular bisectors. Yes. So we have this thing. And then here we just observe here AM is equal to CN. So for we want E is equal to EC. How much it is? We want here, how much distance we want here. So here AM we have means here we want ME, and here CN means here we want NE. Yes. So here just observe ED and EB we want. That means here just observe MB. In case of MB, so we have to subtract this part EB, and when we subtract this part ME here, we get EB, and when we subtract in NE from ND, we have ED. So that's why when we subtract ME and here NE, so we get EB and ED. And when we add those same things here, so then we get the first proof, that is AE is equal to EC. So for that, the common thing is we want here, that is ME is equal to NE. So for that, here it's a challenge is, so we have to get ME is equal to NE. How can we get that one? So here just observe, there are two triangles are there. So in those two triangles, ME and NE are the parts of those things. So that's why we have to consider these two triangles. We have to prove those two triangles are congruent. Then we can take ME is equal to NE. Then consider triangle OME and triangle ONE. In that, what are the equalities we can found here? So firstly we can take this right angle, that is angle OME is equal to angle ONE is equal to 90 degree. So this is the first equality we have. Another equality, so just observe, this is a perpendicular line. That means equal chords are having equidistant from the center. So that's why OM and ON are equal. That is OM is equal to OM. Because why it is? So distance between center and equal chords. Center and equal chords. Distance between means it's a perpendicular distance. Then another equality, so here just observe OE is common for both the triangles. That's why we can take OE is equal to OE. So it is common side. Common side. From these things we can take those two triangles are congruent. That is triangle OME is congruent to triangle ONE. So when we have those two triangles are congruent means corresponding parts of those triangles are equal. Which one we want here? ME is equal to NE. ME is equal to NE. This one is a CP/CT. I will take this as equation number 3 here. So then we have to add and subtract with the equation 1 and equation 2 to get our result. So firstly, I will adding equation 1 and 3. Adding equation 1 and 3. So what we have here? AM plus ME. AM plus ME is equal to CN plus NE. CN plus NE. So what we get here? AE is equal to CE. We get the first result. Then, so after that we have to subtract 2 and 3. That is subtract equation 3 from equation 2. Then here MB minus ME is equal to ND minus NE. ND minus NE. So here we get MB minus ME means we get EB is equal to, here ND minus NE means here we have ED. So here we have these two equality, that is AE is equal to EC we get, ED is equal to EB we get. That means, so firstly we have to think how to get this from. That is, here it is the part of the AB and CD. So that's why firstly we consider that one, and then what are the equalities we can take from these two things and what are the needed terms we want. So then we get the final result. So this is the proof of this solution problem. So let us take one homework. Let us take one homework here. It's like a similar problem here. So already we discussed. That is, if two equal chords of a circle intersects within the circle. So that is two equal chords it is given. That is AB is equal to CD it is given. Intersects within the circle. So prove that the lines joining the point of intersection to the circle makes an equal angle with the chord. That means here what we have to prove is, so here line joining with the center, line joining to the point of intersection to the center, so that one is, so it makes an equal angle with the chord. That means these two angles it is equal, we have to prove. So we have to consider those two triangles, and in those two triangles what are the equalities we have to write, use suitable congruence rule, and then we have to take this to as the CP/CT when we have those two triangles are congruent. Yes. So I hope you understood these things. So those who are watching this video for the first time, please subscribe our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. You can get the notification of our channel very easily. Also hit the like button. Thank you and all. Be safe and stay home. Thank you.